Okay, we're getting ready to see Jim and April, our friends from the Philippines, who just had a baby.
Good.
There it is.
Hello. Thấy thăm em bé mới sinh đẻ người Filipino, người Philippines em bé mới sinh.
Hello, new mom. Would you like to introduce us to the newest member of your family?
So by the way, my name is Jimmy, and my wife April, beautiful wife, and our new member is Zachary. Meet our kid Zachary.
Này
He's
hai chồng người
less than
Philippines
24
mới sinh em bé hôm
24
qua.
hours old.
Oh,
Sinh
my
em bé hôm qua. Này hai vợ chồng của chồng Chris đi thăm em bé trong nhà thương.
So Jim and April have been in Canada. Going to see a new baby. My friends Jim, April just had a baby boy, 7 pounds. So Tram and I are going to pay him a visit and welcome him to Canada. Entering Victoria General Hospital, one of 2 major hospitals in the city of Victoria. This one is the baby hospital. Hello. I'm going up to room 319. Friend had a baby.
Yep.
Okay.
Technically not.
Okay, bye.
Okay, we're getting ready to see Jim and April, our friends from the Philippines, who just had a baby.
Good.
There it is.
Con đang làm giấy tờ.
So, tell me, so you had the baby and very quickly, is that right?
Yeah.
Just like 45 minutes.
Yeah.
Right?
So we had him within 45 minutes of pushing. But however, the labor took like a day and a half, so that was the most horrible part. But nevertheless, he's a healthy baby boy, so we're pretty happy about it.
What did the weight come in at?
He came
32?
at no, he came with 7.1 pounds, so about 3.6 kg. Yeah.
Wow,
Yeah,
good
yeah.
size baby.
I know.
Em bé hai chồng sinh hôm qua em bé cỡ 7 pound, thầy 7 pound. Sinh hai chồng vô một ngày một đêm.
So this is quite the nice room you got here.
Wow, yeah. One of the
sinh
things
em
we
bé cỡ
love,
45
really
phút,
appreciate about
45
Canada.
giây là 45 phút là
So how was the
15 phút là ra.
experience getting to the hospital, getting into delivery? How did that go?
Yeah. How's the experience? You might want to tell
Well,
them.
firstly, we don't have a car, so Jim and I don't drive yet here in Canada.
Yeah.
So at first, it is pretty hard. Let me just grab baby. So
Yeah.
the
At first,
background.
yeah. So just a quick one is that just a quick introductions about us is that we are new here in Canada, like 2 years. Right now, we are still processing our permanent residency. So yeah,
Hai vợ chồng cũng mới đến Canada mới cỡ 2 năm mà bây giờ còn định cư ở
and
đây,
my
chưa có
wife, she's a student here
ở lại, đang làm giấy tờ.
in Canada, while I'm an open work permit holder. So a lot of us, so basically for those who don't know yet, we came from the Philippines, and our goal, just like other Filipinos or even Asians, is that we want to have a better life. Of course, here in Canada, some goes to the U.S., some goes to the Australia, and in the other countries. But we really search
Hai
about
chồng
Canada,
tới
so we want to go
tới
here.
đây cỡ 2 năm mà còn đang
Yeah.
làm
So
ở
the
đây,
experience
làm ở đây
about
để
coming
ở
here
lại này kia.
to the hospital.
Chồng
So
đi
yeah,
làm,
firstly
vợ
we
mới
don't
sinh,
drive,
chưa có
so it
phải
was
ở
kind
nhà
of challenging for
chăm sóc
sure.
em bé.
But thank God we have some friends who was able to drive us here in the hospital because my water broke at around 5 a.m. And we tried Uber, however, nobody
chồng
accepted our request, probably
kia
because they were
nhờ
thinking
bạn
it
bè
was an
chở tới
emergency.
nhà thương để sinh
But
em bé.
yeah, we came here on time, 5:30ish. There was no traffic.
Giờ tới
What time did you have to
tới
get there?
đúng giờ cỡ 5
Five
rưỡi để sinh em
5:30
bé.
in the
Oh,
morning,
very early in the
and
morning.
that's
Yeah.
and
5
that's
rưỡi
what's
buổi sáng.
that's what's good about Canada, I think.
Same.
Like no very less
Very less
traffic
traffic.
compared in
comparison to Vancouver, for sure.
Vancouver, or in the Philippines as well. Yeah, in the Philippines,
Hai chồng
usually
người
when
Philippines,
when you're in a labor,
Yeah.
Philippines hai chồng.
you'll get
deliver
you deliver the baby in the car because of the traffic,
Mới qua
and
cỡ
that's
2
what
năm
we
mà.
one thing we love about Canada.
Sometimes that happens in Canada, not very
Yeah.
often, but it does happen. And there's been a
That's
few
just-
taxi drivers
Yeah.
that's delivered babies.
Yeah,
Okay.
specialize in hearing, so they check if
Hôm qua bác sĩ
he's
có khám
hearing.
lỗ tai cho em bé
Hearing
hết,
about it.
check hết.
Yeah.
Exactly, that's number one. And then
Check
after
khám
like
bác sĩ
few
cho em
hours,
bé hết,
someone
lỗ
checks
tai,
his
từ lỗ
heart.
tai,
Another
tim
nurse
này
who
kia.
specializes in
Bác sĩ
heart.
khám hết.
It's not
Ở đây
like
là
just
quan
one
trọng
nurse.
nhất là em bé với
Then
thứ
doctor come
người
here, and
ta
then the other one, the last one
phải
came here. They check. What did they check?
chăm sóc từ A to Z hết cho em bé.
The one that-
để trước khi
for
ngày
congenital
mai có
disease.
thể ngày mai em bé được về
Congenital
nhà.
heart disease.
Wow.
Congenital heart. So, and look, we have a nice and cozy room, right? As you can see,
Chồng có
and the
phòng
food
đặc
is
biệt
just
riêng
terrific,
cho vợ
excellent.
chồng, phòng riêng hết
So-
không thôi đó.
Diapers are free.
Đó.
Formula milks are free if you need one.
Sữa này kia người ta cho miễn phí hết, mình muốn xài lúc nào cũng được hết á.
It's
Pads. are
it's
free.
crazy because almost I think everything is free, from diapers, pads, whatever
Yeah.
you like.
Do
Like
they take tips?
I hope so. One thing we love about this hospital is that they are
Hi.
people focused.
Mhm.
Like
Hai chồng quý
you-
mến trong
it's
nhà
just a
thương ở
terrific, excellent,
Canada
great
này ai cũng quan
service experience.
vô
So
cách
we
2
love
tiếng, cách
everyone.
tiếng là
Like
vô hỏi thăm viếng.
We felt like,
vợ,
you know, I mean,
sao khỏe
we
không
haven't
em bé,
received our
sao khỏe
permanent
không,
residency
bên
yet.
xứ Canada
Yeah.
là vậy
But
đó.
we feel
Lúc
like
nào
we're
cũng
really
hỏi.
special. We
Một
feel
tiếng, 2
like
tiếng, nửa tiếng là
we are
vô
home
thăm
already.
hỏi.
We feel
Thăm
like
viếng em
real
bé liền à.
Canadians. Even though this little boy is the only Canadian here. But yeah, we feel really taken care of. So that's, I think, one of the most memorable part of this experience.
so, in short,
Very nice.
this journey, although it's short but sweet, this journey we never felt stressed.
Ông
Like
chồng- ông
everything
chồng
will
của
they will
bà
take care
vợ
of
nói
everything.
là
All you need to do,
không
sit down,
không
relax,
cần phải
do your part, do the labor thing. They'll
suy
do
nghĩ gì
take
nhiều
care
hết.
of
Tại vì
everything.
ở đây chỉ
No
có
problem.
No problem.
về
So
trên
that's
đường
the
là-
number one,
chỉ
right?
sinh
And then
đẻ
the
rồi
second
thôi
one
tại
is
vì đây nó
mode of
bảo hiểm này kia
transportation,
cái này
right?
kia
So
trong nhà thương lo cho
no
em bé hết
traffic.
cho này
Oh,
kia.
is that your child seat there?
Yes.
Yeah. So, yeah, sure.
So
Đó.
we are required to
Cái
have
đồ
a
xe
car
đẩy
seat
của em bé
even
đó.
though we don't have a car.
Well, yeah.
Yeah, but
Yes,
when
exactly. So,
when you go home, they will check the baby car seat
Yes.
before you go home to see
if it
the pass
yeah.
the car seat is the correct size for baby or not. If
Exactly.
not, then they told you guys have to buy another one.
And the quality.
Yeah, quality good or not. Yeah.
So now that this stage is in the history books, I'm curious. The next step for you guys is, you know, raising this little guy. What are, do you have any immediate plans on?
We're taking it slow at the moment. We're really trying to enjoy his milestones, how well he will cope up with, you know, a different environment than the one that he was in for 9 months. Yeah, nothing really particular at the moment. And whatever milestone that he'll reach, we'll definitely support him. So yeah.
What about baby proofing? That's coming down the road, obviously, when he gets a little more mobile.
Yeah.
Baby proofing everything. Are you guys?
Oh
working
yes,
for that?
for sure. We plan of, you know, if in case like the cabinets at home,
Yeah.
make sure that he can,
nhà
you
là
know,
có mỗi lần về nhà là có bác sĩ
easily or probably a crawling pad or
ở bên đây nó
you
chăm
know
sóc
a
em
better
bé
cradle
nhiều lắm.
perhaps. So it really depends on how he could cope up with our little apartment.
Yeah. In Canadian dollar, around $2
$2.50
per person.
Yeah,
Right.
Here,
everything is free.
like every 10 minutes, you have a public park where you can, you know, let our baby play, right? And you have so many trees. We love the landscape of the nature. We are surrounded by beautiful lakes, rolling mountains, and some recreational parks and everything. So it's for the baby to actually, you know, play with the play and enjoy the environment. So in Dubai, we saw some of our friends, right? They have, but you need to pay. The problem is that most of the time you rather spend it right in your at home, right? So yeah. But here we're already planning like, hey, every weekend let's go to the beach.
Yeah.
Like there's no you don't need to pay, right? And let's go to the park, right? So every time, and I think one of the best things here is that I keep telling April, like in the Philippines or maybe in Dubai, they are very rare what do you call that one? Sidewalks,
yeah.
right? And here, like everywhere you go, right, there's no sidewalk. So I'm imagining myself with a stroller, right? Though less traffic, there are so many trees, good for his lungs to breathe, right? Breathing fresh air. So yeah, that's one of the things I love being a father and having a kid.
So if people are watching in the Philippines and
ở Canada không cần lo lắng gì mà lần xe cộ nhất là xe cộ ngoài đường
Well, that's really subjective because it really depends upon, you know, their plan on
their goals.
Because life in Canada or life as an immigrant, let's say not in Canada or in anywhere else, it's really a big step. It is. It's a huge decision that you have to take, and you have to be careful of, you know, making life decisions because it will never be easy. But for us, thank God, we're taking it slow. But everything happens for a reason. We believe that, and we are being guided by God. We've prayed for our little baby, our little family. So I feel like all of the decisions that we've made are in the right track. And the country that we chose is really one of the best. So
and for me, I think again, I'm just saying this based on our experience, my own opinion. Again, as like April told said, like it's subjective, but again, for me, based on my experience and my own opinion, if you're like us right now, if you think that hey, you want to have more, you think that you need to have a more better quality of life, you want to experience what we are experiencing, like hey, wow, going to the hospital without any payments, right? Going to free parks, less traffic, more on nature, beaches, lakes, right? And I think I need to our future plan, because one of the reasons that we decided to come here is for our baby to have this privilege of free schooling. And not just free schooling, we're talking about Canada. I'm just comparing again public to public and way back quality of education. We researched this one. Canada is one of the top in terms of quality of education, and noting that it's free, right? It's free. In the Philippines, if you want a better quality of education, you need, most of the time, you need to actually put your baby into private, which will cost you like huge expensive of expenses. So here, right?
You're happy your son is now a Canadian.
He is now a Canadian, so we are extremely happy.
Em bé là người Canadian đây rồi.
Yeah, Filipino Canadian. So
Canadian half.
yeah, so again, I believe it depends on your own goals, because some people like, hey, no, we want to stay here. We have a lot of friends, they went back to the Philippines as well.
That was the point I wanted to some statistics that were just recently released stated that about 20,000 new immigrants have left Canada in the last 10 years, all citing cost of living and housing. Would you agree? Is it a struggle?
Well, yeah, that's really not a doubt. It's actually worldwide. I mean, every country is experiencing recession at the moment. I really believe that it's really how you spend your income. Because exactly, like some families cannot live without a car. Some families cannot live with, let's say, not having an most expensive cell phone every year. But for us, we're more of, I think that's the right term. Trying to spend a little less, but make sure to keep something for our future as well. Make sure to spend every dollar with the most important things in life.
Yeah.
So yeah.
So who runs the finances?
She does. Both of us, actually.
Yeah.
We're doing a monthly meeting.
Yeah. We also have. Yeah,
you get an allowance.
Yeah. I have the cash, but he audits a lot. So.
But again, yeah, cost of living here based on we came here like 2 years ago, right? It's somehow increases. I think based on other people as well who were already started earlier than us, like it is significantly spike going up. So that's why I think a lot of other people and some of our friends as well, we know some people that came here Canada a year ago now. They decided to either go back to the Philippines or go back in Dubai. Well, again, it's they have some other different kind of reason, right? But one of them is cost of living here in Canada, and the second one is it's a bit hard to get sometimes a permanent residency. Again, it depends on your it depends what are the challenges of getting some of the challenges of getting a permanent residency.
I think poor planning is one of the challenges when it comes to getting a permanent residency here in Canada. whenever, like I said earlier,
Vợ nói là
when we moved here, we have a pre-planned strategy
mà tiên
of
dọn
how
lại
to
đây
get your
sống
permanent
ở đây
residency, because it's not for everybody. Every permanent residency application is very unique.
ai cũng
Depends on
đang
your
giống như
skills, your education back home,
background,
age,
giống như
and
ta
the job that you're having.
education background.
đăng
So,
ký để qua bên đây cũng phải có người phải
yeah,
coi
that's
gì,
Just to elaborate, like for
học
example,
hành thế nào, để
it
sống thế
depends.
nào,
Sometimes
sao
it
để
depends
cũng
on the
coi thử mỗi
province,
người.
right? It
Bởi vì
depends on
bên
the
xứ này nó
province,
phải
how
coi
many
coi lại
people
hết
they
kia.
require to be permanent, how many workers they require, and then, for example, other people came here. However, right now, the province just announced, I think 2 years ago, that
Chồng nó
they are
mỗi gia đình
in
khác, có người qua
Victoria.
đây
They're
2
more
năm này kia,
interested on
có người
getting workers for IT, BC Tech IT, right?
có người thích
IT and
làm
healthcare.
ngành này
And
kia,
we
có
are
thích
just so
người
fortunate
làm
right now that
healthcare, có
we were
người
hired in healthcare.
Yeah.
But some people were unfortunately they're still struggling because
có
they have some
ông
jobs
chồng
right
có
now
người
to
đang
s-
cũng
to
chịu
supply
khó
their
khăn để tìm
cost
được
of living,
để
right?
có job ở đây,
And everything,
ở
their
lại được
food,
này kia,
transportation allowance.
này
But the
kia.
problem is, as you know, as a temporary working resident here, and most of us are student that
Giờ
way.
chỉ tạm là
Remember,
đang làm
we only have like
xứ Canada này, hai chồng
3
cũng
years,
còn là người
3 years of
người học sinh
working,
ở đây.
or staying here in Canada, and most
Work on
people
your,
to work on your permanent residency.
Chồng
And
nói còn 2
some
năm
people,
nữa
they
còn
are a bit complacent,
nó cho ở lại
they don't
làm
think
này kia.
ahead. So what
Làm
happens is
có
that
nhiều người
when they
không
already
suy nghĩ
when they only have 1
Gì
year
trước.
left, then that's
they're
the time
panicking.
they start panicking, like, well, what should I do now? But for us, like as April mentioned before, is that the key here is that make sure before you even come here, make sure you do your research, research.
Chồng
For
nói
us, we research
lúc
about the
nào mà
school,
qua
we
xứ
research
Canada
about the
phải
province,
tìm
right?
hiểu trước
We
mới
can,
đến xứ
maybe if we
Canada
didn't
này.
research about this one, we might be in some other provinces, like,
Ông
and they
chồng
don't even offer permanent
tìm
residency
hiểu trước rồi mới
pathway,
qua
right?
xứ Canada ở Victoria,
So
tỉnh
yeah, again,
Victoria
it's
này
again
đây như vậy.
depend on your goal. But the trend right now, as we see, is that a lot of Filipinos, and I believe also Asians, other Asians, neighboring countries as well in the Philippines, trend is like they keep some people, more and more people are going here in Canada, not just Canada specifically, Australia,
Ông
Canada,
chồng người
UK,
kia
and
nói
US
là mỗi
right
người
now.
đi
So I
tỉnh này
believe
tỉnh kia
again,
ở
everyone has their own goals, and some
ai
people, they
cũng
just
có
decided to
sự
go back in the Philippines
nghiệp này
because
kia,
for
người
them,
này
like,
thích đi tỉnh
I
kia, thích
think
đi
it's
tỉnh nọ.
Canada, the way everyone's telling is overrated for me, of course. And those we saw their videos, we saw their interviews. Most of them, they are well off in life. I can say well off. Like, for them, they have their own house in the Philippines, car, nice job, but they just decided to come here because
Chồng nói là
they
mỗi
have
từ
money,
hai
and
mỗi
then they
tình
want to
người
try,
người
and then
Philippines có
they
người
are
kia có đời sống người
they
Philippines, người
they have
giàu,
their
người
different
kia nghèo,
misconception, like
người giàu phải
once
cho con
they
cái đi
come here in
đi
Canada,
học,
everything is like,
đi học
wow,
bên đây
it is,
cho tương lai sau
they
này
come
tốt hơn.
go easy, right?
Yeah.
Cũng
Easy,
giống nước
easy
mọi
life,
nước
easy
come
này
with,
kia
with a lot of
này kia ai cũng đây đời sống con cái
And
thì
they never foresee themselves, working in hospitality or working in, cleaning services, perhaps.
yeah, or even working in some at start a coffee shop at the start, as a start, right? Like, because most of them, the way we saw their interview, they were managers, they were directors way back in the Philippines, and then because of the trend, like, hey, I also want to come in Canada, because, and then when they come here, they can't really find a job that's aligned with their profession. So after just 3 months,
They feel frustrated and they want to go back.
The other question I want to ask you is, obviously, you don't have immediate family here.
Oh yeah.
Con vợ nó là có người cỡ 3 tháng là muốn về nước rồi ở, nhiều khi không có gia đình ở đây, thấy cảnh buồn quá, không có gia
I
đình
think
nhớ
that's a
cha
good
nhớ
question.
mẹ,
You want to answer?
này kia,
Yeah, I
đòi
think
về sớm.
it is really hard, and we know that fact for sure before having Zachary. But I think it's really a good experience for us. We pre-planned of having both of my parents taking care of Zachary before I come back to work. But since Jim's job right now is working from home, I don't think that's going to be necessary. But our plan is still can be changed depending on some circumstances. So
yeah. And we were just fortunate, like, because in the coming here in Canada without anyone, right? It's really challenging because, for example, if you're in the Philippines, that's the bright side of it. You go give birth to a child, every one of your relatives will help you, can support you, right? Someone will cook for you, someone will take care of the baby. Community and culture. But however, just as April just informed you guys, we were just fortunate, like for me to have right now to found a job that is work from home because our previous plan when after our marriage, when we found out that she's already pregnant, like we're thinking, hey, what's the plan right now? We can't, there's only two of us and be working at the same time. No one will take care of the baby. And usually we ask some of our friends or in the communities, Filipino communities, some of them are doing like most of shifting, like the husband will do an overnight shift from 9 p.m. to 6 a.m., which I'm planning to do. And then but again, it's still a challenge because from 9 p.m. to 6 a.m. and then 6 a.m. I'll be there to take care of my kid, right, while April will work on her day job. But we're just fortunate, like hey, I found a work from home job, so I can take care of the baby. And plus, after that one, after my work from home from 7:30 a.m. to 3:30 p.m., April will finish her morning job. I'll just wait for her to arrive.
Sinh được mấy trời.
Okay,
Lần
well,
đầu
thank you
tiên.
for joining us today. This was
Em bé này.
to see a day in hospital, friends, introducing us to son Zach, giving us a little bit of insight. If you want to follow Jim and April and Zach's adventures in Canada, you gotta check out April in Canada.
April in Canada.
April có cái YouTube bên April in Canada nha, ai muốn vô check của April nha. Nè, em bé so cute nè.
thank you.
Nè, see, baby boy. Đó, em bé so cute.
There he is, one more time.
Yeah, baby boy, con trai đây. Yeah, see, baby boy nè.